your children enjoy playing in a well-maintained kids park. All these in your dream home at Victory Gardens, Kitengela, with security, a convenient taxi bay, solar-powered streetlights, accessible internal roads, water, and a tree-dotted landscape. Call us now on 0790 300 300 to get your very own property, or visit www.optiven.co.ke.
Optiven Limited, the pacesetters in real estate.
Really good.
Oya cheki, kuna vile sasa muziki manze, kuna vile inajipa manze, yani na cheki haimaanishi tu tunajibamba, yani very reckless.
Kitu ya muhimu kwanza ni kujua hali yako ya status ya HIV.
Kwa hapa hivi tuwapeleke na Rieng, tujue venye manze tutasaidiana, si kama vijana. Na kama unaogopa kwenda pale hivi kwa clinic, unaweza pitia pale hivi kwa chemist ya mtaa, uitishe a self test kit, na wanauza 500 bob only. Unajitestia tu mtaani, unajua hali yako.
Manze na ukiweza patikana nayo, yani ukwe positive manze, usiogope. Kuna madawa yani jo, kuna counseling manze, unaweza kula fit yani, alafu unaweza piga bado ma exercises kiasi hivi. Na kama nyewe manze ukiweza patikana yani hauna manze, usiasi tu unaenda kutafuta tena.
Cheki, ukiweza abstain,
lakini maji yakizidi unga,
wrap it before you tap it.
La bila gloves haiwezi. Rieng ni kujijua.
Unapoendelea kujikinga kutokana na HIV, tafadhali zingatia taratibu zote za serikali za kujikinga na virusi vya corona.
Afya bora, maisha bora. Jipime, jiinue.
This Christmas, Quickmart wamesema wacha truly isuffocate, wacha truly ichoke. Jaza. Kwa sababu there's a whooping 1 million bob to be won. All you have to do ni kupiga shopping worth 1,500 and above. Na uko ndani ya draw. Krisi, ipambe na Quickmart. Quickmart, fresh and easy.
Experts Business College is a professional training institution located within Thika Town. Since our inception, we are known for our exciting approach to tertiary education and training. For the last decade, many students have graduated and taken successful career paths. We strongly believe that the students that we teach should possess the required skills and competencies to compete effectively in the global market. We offer courses in journalism, business management, human resource, ICT, among others. For more information, contact us on the details on your screen.
Welcome to Westridge Schools in Thika Greens. We are CBC compliant. Admission is ongoing for playgroup, pre-primary 1 and 2, also grade 1 to 4 and class 5 to 7, all mixed. We also have a girls' boarding high school. The safety of your child is assured with spacious classrooms and dormitories. We have unmatched modern laboratories, gymnasium, swimming pool, and a spacious playground. Secure your chance. Call us on 0794 896 995. Westridge Schools. Aim high, we fly together.
The Nairobi Expressway project is one of the most critical roads in the Nairobi central urban area, starting from the east side of Mlolongo and terminating at James Gishuru Road.
To have done 15% of such a road in the city within a span of just over 5 months, that's incredible. So we are bringing forward the completion date. Initially it was supposed to be end of 2022, but we want to finish it by end of next year.
The Nairobi Expressway supports the realization of the Big Four agenda and Kenya's Vision 2030.
Spoiled little brat. Yes, I'm spoiled. Oh, hi, sweetheart. Dad, mbona nakuita sweetheart?
Ananipenda sana.
I love you too, baby. Mwangene kama you want to marry her?
I want to. Listen, you are my daughter, not my mother.
Si mimi ni mama yako, cha kunibeba kama mtoto yako mimi. Hebu nikumbushe lini ya mwisho hapo umekuwa mama yangu? Kaso ningemua. Hatumesema nini?
There is no love between your mom and I. Lakini nilipopatana na Reni hapa, My love life has been restored.
Access instant loans, save and earn interest, pay your bills, send and receive money locally and abroad, buy airtime and so much more. Download Pesapap app and make your banking convenient, easier and faster. Pesapap ni pesa bila stress.
In your paper this week, torturous journey back. Post-COVID recovery will be slow and tough for economies due to limited resources. Bankable markets. Kenyan banks find Rwanda profitable for its business. Plus our opinion leaders. Ceasefire. Continental Trade Bloc should preach peace in the Horn of Africa by Raphael Obonyo. Year ender. COVID-19, absence of summit meeting strike a blow to East African community integration. For these and more stories, get your copy of the East African.
We are Nation, Africa's independent media brand. We are committed to empowering all Africans, from the young to the old, from the curious to the educated, and from the heart of the cities to the rural areas. We are Nation. Join us, because if you want to get far, you do it together. Nation. Empower Africa.
The festive season is here, and we are at a higher risk of getting infected with COVID-19. As the virus continues to spread, how can we enjoy the holiday and still protect ourselves and our loved ones? When sneezing or coughing, cover your mouth with your elbow or tissue. Wash your hands regularly with running water and soap, or use an alcohol-based hand sanitizer. This message has been brought to you by the Ministry of Health in collaboration with the European Union, Government of Canada, and Amref Health Africa.
This is NTV.
Good evening and welcome to NTV. Tonight, here is what we have lined up on this 29th day of December for the next hour. Tonight, the pandemic gave them a chance to earn money. Now, then this, a school turned business center, the uphill back to school task. Also tonight, the nurses' strike hits Wananchi hard in Baringo. Patients return home unattended to, go to costlier private hospitals or move across counties for treatment.
Kwa nini serikali umepatia daktari pesa yao alafu akuja asaidie sisi? Sisi tumeumia sana.
Plus, the economy is battered. Wanjiku has less bread. Government borrowed over 500 billion shillings from China for the standard gauge railway. Doing online transactions, the taxman is rubbing his hands as you buy.
There's two things that are being targeted here. The person who is selling on the digital marketplace, so whoever is got products and services that they are selling on that person will pay tax on that income, and then the digital marketplace provider.
And
let's start here.
Christmas on the road.
I wanted to draw something with my feet, but I didn't do it. I had no time.
The longest I've done in a day is 100.
And that's kilometers. We hit the road, these ultra runners who are covering pre-designed routes with messages. Welcome to NTV Tonight. My name is Olive Burrows and our sign language interpreter tonight is Flora Atieno. Now, there are only a couple of days to the reopening of schools on the 4th of January, and there are concerns that a number of students may not return to school in January as ordered by the government, as some have delved into businesses to sustain themselves and their families during the pandemic. What started out as a solution to an immediate problem has now become addictive, as the children are finding it hard to part with the reliable source of income they've been earning from the menial jobs they've acquired. NTV spoke to some from Busia, where they expressed their doubts at resuming school in January.
It is at Rivasio in Nambale, Busia County, that we meet Barasa and Nasri harvesting sand. The two, who are students at local schools in Busia, say they got into this business after schools were closed in March due to the COVID-19 pandemic.
So kufika nyumbani kupata kitu kama mafuta ilikuwa shida, na mahitaji mengine madogo kulingana na venye sasa nyumbani za zingine mjiwezi kitu kayo. So mimi nikaamua kwenda kwa mto kuanza kutoa mchanga.
The two also double up to offer transport services on their boat for residents wanting to cross Rivasio. Just like any other job, this too has its share of challenges.
Kwa siku unaweza kuja kwenda mtu kuchota mchanga. Unaweza toka huko na boti moja, maji imekupiga, unaenda nyumbani, kichwa na kuuma, hata unashona watu fulani nje ikapi hivyo. Wazazi wanakuambia unajitegemee, kwa sababu umeanza kuingia kwa jua kali, unajitegemea hapo hivyo, hakuna utaweza kusaidia upanda sabuni na mafuta.
With school set to reopen in just a few days, Barasa and Nasri would need to rethink their jobs.
Sidhani kama niko tayari, cause pesa nimeshaizoea kwa mkono, na nikienda kuduka shule maisha itakuwa ngumu cause nimeshazoea pesa.
With a resolve, the boys have other plans. Going back to school is not one of them.
Naanza kutoa mchanga nini vitu kaa hizi venye nafanya mbona mchanga, nikipata ka 1000 zangu mmoja naweza nunua kitu kama kuku, mradi wa kuku, baadaye unaweza nizalia kitu kama ng'ombe, vitu kaa hizo. Sasa vitu kaa hizo hata fadhali mimi nibaki nyumbani nikichunga ng'ombe, hiyo inaweza nisaidia baada ya huko mbele.
While several boys have acquired manual jobs during this period, thousands of girls have fallen pregnant. Despite this, the Ministry of Education maintains that all pupils must return to school in January. But the situation on the ground proves that the government has a mammoth task of convincing students in such unprecedented positions to go back to their books. Ruth Sarmoi, NTV.
Money is indeed a difficult thing to part with, but then again, the more education you have, the more likely you are to make more money. Share your thoughts on that story. The handles are at NTV Kenya. Mine is at O Burrows. Before we come back to matters education and how some private schools have converted into business centers, let's take a look at the public hospitals. And public hospitals remain paralyzed across the country, leaving many ailing Kenyans as the health workers' strike continues. Most have been directed to private clinics that are unaffordable to the majority. Despite the grim realities faced by patients, the health union officials said Kenyans should prepare for more miserable days ahead as the health workers' strike drags on.
The strike by health workers countrywide continues to cause pain, death and suffering. In Baringo County, this deserted hospital is a sign of the sickly state of affairs. No services, empty beds and very few patients, those who cannot afford private facilities. This old man in a wheelchair was turned away as there was no one to treat him.
Nilienda nyumbani ni sita. Nitaenda kufanya nini? hata watoto wa shule hatafanya nini? Hakuna pesa.
Na ni nini itaonyesha kwamba unatupenda kama unawacha mgonjwa akifa mpaka akufe kwa hospitali? So as a resident, as a leader of Baringo County, please try to see those things.
And the same was replicated at various facilities across the country. Meanwhile, the Kenya National Union of Nurses leader Seth Panyako said the nurses will not be going back to work until the government lays bare the evidence on the supposed medical cover provided by each county government, adding that only nurses in counties that have met the demands will be allowed to resume duty. Panyako was speaking in Tharaka Nithi during the burial of Kelvin Mudhomi, a nurse who died from complications related to coronavirus. Mudhomi was working at Chuka County Referral Hospital.
Interns 1,500 na hawa ambao tulipost mwaka huu ni 500, lakini pesa yao ambayo inaitwa stipend ambayo ni mshahara, hiyo pesa amekufa kama hachaziona.
The frontline health workers have demanded, among other things, to be well equipped against COVID-19 as they help fight the disease. Rozongoi, NTV.
Let's now take stock of our finances. I don't have any wallet on me, but I'm told it's our national finances. Kenyan taxpayers owed the Exim Bank of China 370.3 billion shillings at the close of June 2018 in loan repayments for the construction of the standard gauge railway. This is according to the latest publication of the audited public debt register, which gives a glimpse into the terms of the loans sourced by the government for the railway. Terms about which the government has remained largely tight-lipped despite demands for transparency from the public, including Mark Masai, if you remember. According to the register, the government sourced 3 loans from the Exim Bank of China, totaling $5.1 billion US, about 556 billion shillings, to finance the construction of the railway line. The register further reveals 2 of the loans have the interest at London Interbank offered rate, or LIBOR plus 3.6, with one having it at LIBOR plus 3.0. In the current financial year, interest payments to the Exim Bank of China account for the lion's share of Kenya interest repayment on external debt at 29.9 billion shillings. Perhaps Julian Zamboko can shed some light, and that's our business editor, on what this LIBOR is and what does it mean. From what the Kenyan taxpayer owes to how much more you will be paying the taxman. Effective January the 1st, there will be new taxes introduced, including minimum tax and digital services tax that will affect those who transact in the digital marketplace, which is picking up as an alternative means of service delivery. Julian Zamboko, as I said, who is our business editor, sat down with the Associate Director for Tax and Regulatory Services at KPMG, FCPA, Robert Wariro, on the weekly Business Redefined show to define what the new taxes mean for individuals and corporates.
In terms of next year and minimum tax, what we are looking at is companies paying 1% of their minimum tax, of their turnover as minimum tax. Now, what does this mean? This means that you have to look at what your sales number is for the year, and then you pay tax at 1% of that sales. You pay 1% every quarter. That means if you're a December year end, you're talking about April, June, September, and December. You pay 1%. So when you talk about digital services tax, it's really a tax to that is aimed at anybody who is operating in the digital marketplace. And the digital marketplace has been defined as a place where traders, it's your sokoni, it's your market where traders, people who are buying and people who are selling meet. That's a digital marketplace. So there's 2 things that are being targeted here. The person who is selling on the digital marketplace, so whoever is got products and services that they are selling on that person will pay tax on that income. And then the digital marketplace provider, as a person who provides the platform, that's your Jumias, your Amazons, and those kind of people.
From those numbers, as far as your taxes and Kenya's debt is concerned, to the COVID-19 numbers in the country, the death toll now stands at 1,665 after one more fatality was reported in the last 24 hours. Now, out of 3,043 samples tested in the last 24 hours, 147 have tested positive for COVID-19. That is a positivity rate of 4.8%. This brings the total number of coronavirus infections reported in the country since March to 96,139. Of those infected, 670 are admitted to various health facilities countrywide, with 31 of them in ICU. Another 3,368 are receiving home-based care. Those newly recovered are 138, translating to 77,659 recoveries in total. Well, as we reflect on the year 2020 and what stood out for you, it has definitely been a year like no other. Again, on account of those COVID numbers I just read to you, the coronavirus turned the world on its head. But there are some other events that took place. For all the words I could use to recount the events, a picture is worth 1,000 words. And this is how NTV photojournalist Robert Gishira saw the events unfold from his eye in the sky. I did tell you that a picture is worth 1,000 words. Those pictures, what was courtesy of one Robert Gishira and put together by the head of our video editing department, and that is Nicholas Nderitu. We take a break on that note. We'll be back with more.
All day, we expect our mouth to do all kinds of things. That is why it needs all-round protection. New Oral-B Pro Health toothpaste. Its advanced technology helps prevent both tooth holes and gum problems that can lead to tooth loss. It strengthens your teeth, giving them all-round protection. Because your mouth is doing more than you think. New Oral-B Pro Health. All-round protection for your whole mouth.
Go Ahead is believing to make each day a brighter day. The confidence to create opportunity. Going ahead is our courage to do something new. To go ahead. Now, that is the Kenyan spirit.
Imagine doing a mbuzi cookout with friends at an awesomely set barbecue corner as your children enjoy playing in a well-maintained kids park. All these in your dream home at Victory Gardens, Kitengela, with security, a convenient taxi bay, solar-powered streetlights, accessible internal roads, water, and a tree-dotted landscape. Call us now on 0790 300 300 to get your very own property. or visit www.optiven.co.ke.
Optiven Limited, the pacesetters in real estate.
When the world changed, it made us go back to the simple joys and love the little things even more. Like serving up your best, eating together, and sharing more. Now, we'll take nothing for granted and always remember to taste the simple joys. Enjoy the magic of Christmas with Coca-Cola.
Spoiled little brat. Yes, I'm spoiled. Oh, hi, sweetheart. Dad, mbona nakuita sweetheart?
Ananipenda sana.
I love you too, baby. Mwangene kama you want to marry her?
I want to. Listen, you are my daughter, not my mother.
Si mimi ni mama yako? Cha kunibeba kama mtoto yako mimi. Hebu nikumbushe lini ya mwisho hapo umekuwa mama yangu? Kasi ningemua. Atumesema nini?
There is no love between your mom and I. Lakini nilipopatana na Reni hapa, my love life has been restored.
Access instant loans, save and earn interest, pay your bills, send and receive money locally and abroad, buy airtime and so much more. Download PesaPap app and make your banking convenient, easier and faster. PesaPap ni pesa bila stress.
Thank you for staying with us on NTV tonight. I wonder, have you started working on your New Year's resolutions? Well, Raila Odinga certainly has, and the Orange Democratic Movement leader has reiterated that the Building Bridges initiative is being prioritized as an urgent agenda for 2021 so as to dispense with it quickly to allow time for solving other emerging challenges in the country. That is his perspective. I wonder what is yours. At the same time, ODM leaders have rubbished those claiming that their defeat in the recently concluded Msambweni by-elections signifies the weakening of the ODM party in the coast region.
ODM leaders were in Ukunda in Kwale County to take stock of the performance of the party in the recently concluded Msambweni by-elections, where their candidate was defeated by an independent candidate allied to Deputy President William Ruto. It is here that Odinga maintained that BBI will be the urgent agenda in 2021.
And we hope that we can be able to push BBI and conclude it as quickly as possible. We want that before the middle of the next year, the referendum will have been done and Kenyans can move on with other things. We want also to ensure that other issues like that of the doctors and nurses which have been nagging are also concluded.
But on their defeat at the recently concluded Msambweni by-elections, ODM leaders say they are not worried about it, vowing to reclaim the ODM dominating power in coast region politics in 2022.
Sisi hatuwezi kutishwa na uchaguzi moja tu. Kuna uchaguzi inakuja hapa mbele. Tumejipanga na kuanzia mwaka 2021 mtaona ODM vile inakuanga kama kawaida ikielekea kwa uchaguzi.
Ni kwamba watu wa
wanaofanya ama wanaofikiria kwamba hichi ndio kipimo cha umaarufu wanaota ndoto ya mchana. Sisi tumefanya siasa ya heshima, tumemaliza siasa.
At the same time, leaders allied to Deputy President William Ruto have defended the registration of the political party associated to DP Ruto, United Democratic Party, saying that their future in Jubilee is untenable.
Tukiona shida ya Jubilee imekuwa ngumu sisi kuwa accommodated katika Jubilee, tuko na democratic right yetu kufikiria ya kwamba wapi some of the friendly parties ambaye ni coalition partners na Jubilee ambaye tunaweza simama na wao na tuanze kutafuta urafiki na wao. Na najua hii chama hii ya Wilbaro ambayo imekuja ni mojawapo ya machama ambaye ni marafiki wa Jubilee.
Mheshimiwa Ruto ana uhuru kuwa katika chama chochote. Sisi tuko katika chama cha Jubilee na shida ile tumepata huko ni mingi. Kwa hivyo hii chama imeundwa, wenye wameunda ni sawa waunde. Itafika wakati watu watahama kwa hii chama ya Jubilee, Jubilee wapende wasipende.
Last Monday, the Registrar of Political Parties gave notice of intention by the Party for Reforms and Development to change its name to United Democratic Alliance as part of the Ruto faction game plan ahead of the 2022 polls. In the Gazette notice, the party also sought to change its symbol from a bull to a wheelbarrow, with Kazi ni Kazi as its slogan. There is speculation that the DP Ruto camp is planning to embrace the party as Ruto's vehicle for the 2022 election. Vincent Odur, NTV.
Those leaders from the coast saying that just because Boga likaangwa Msambweni does not mean hawatoshi mboga. Have you ever heard someone say we run this town? Well, there is a group of people who are literally doing just that and more. They're fusing art and passion into their fitness journey. Dan Mwangi met up and trailed two ultra runners in Nairobi as they drew with their feet through their well-calculated run. He's already said he trails. So did he trail behind? Was he able to keep up? Let's take a look.
'Tis the season, and 2020 has appeared to be the time and season to stretch yourself in ways you did not expect. Let's take you through a run with two ultra runners in Nairobi, and this is more than just a run, but drawing a message on and with their feet.
I'm Winky. Some people call me Matthew.
My name is Sarah Wawa. In the running circles, I'm called Katara Wawa.
With a steady pair of legs, they are feet on their feet and ready for this feat, ready to draw.
The first one I did was a dinosaur. He knows my nephew likes dinosaurs a lot, so he just did a drawing of the dinosaur and asked me, would you like to run this? And it was 72 kilometers. I was like, yeah, sure, why not? Yeah, that's the time. So here, yeah?
Yeah, let's start here. Ready? Go.
And off they go in their latest drawing this festive season, or in their words, during their festivities.
First of all, you need to look at the map or maps, so many maps, and then try to find what you want. I was a graphic designer, so I know how to draw. You have the draft, and I start using Garmin Connect to plan the route. Oh yeah, 21.
In the past days, there have been running routes that are deliberately mapped out to form images that are relevant to this festive season. They've completed 5 out of 7 runs and intend to finish before the calendar page flips over. So far, they've completed a 19.5-kilometer Christmas tree run, a 17-kilometer angel run, a star run, and 21.1 kilometers of the words, Christ is the Lord.
Last Christmas, I wanted to do something. I wanted to draw something with my feet, but I didn't do it. I had no time. So during this pandemic, I had more time. I planned for my Easter Holy Week project, and I did. I did 400 kilometers that week, say seven pictures.
Winke draws the diagram using location pins, and once he saves them, their GPS-enabled wrist gadget helps them navigate.
I was telling Winky, like, I think Christ the Lord is fine, or Christ is Lord is fine. I'm like, you didn't have to put all those letters. Because we were counting down the letters. And it was tough because we had to go around and come back to the same place. There was a time we even came back to the same place 5 times because of the letters. You have to come back, go back and do that loop. And people were looking at us and asking us, are you lost? Like, what's going on? So that has been the hardest so far.
This also serves as a beneficial step in one's wellness journey.
I mean, apart from you having to take your medicines and all those things, there are other things that you need to do. So diet, exercise. I mean, exercise plays a big role because we know when you exercise, it releases some chemicals in your brain and they make you relax, they make you happier. So it's something I routinely advocate, like you need to take up some form of exercise.
This has enabled the 48-year-old pastor from Hong Kong and the other ultra runners to adopt a more holistic way of life.
Integrating passions, integrating my passions. I have passions. I have passion for Christ. I have passion for my art drawing, and also I have passion for my running.
I'm also a Sunday school teacher, and the thing I look forward to in Christmas is doing a play. Yeah, so this year there was no play, and I was like, I should do my ministry in a different way. So it's like, why not run it?
From Ngong Road into some roads and back onto the main road, down Mbagathi Way, onto Langata Road, Aerodrome Road, Uhuru Highway, curved to Upper Hill, crossed over to State House area, Ngong Road, Valley Road, and with a number of roads in between, they ended their run on Lenana Road.
26.7. It was a short run.
Actually, I feel like I've done less. It's been an easy run today.
And in about 3 hours, 2 minutes, this was it. Run number 4. They brought a snowman to Nairobi, and they now have Santa and an elf to go to end the year. Dan Mwangi, NTV, Nairobi.
Wow, that was so cool, but also it took a lot of commitment. Good thing you kept up, Dan Mwangi. We take a break, we'll be back shortly.
Good taste, and only go for things that are real.
Only Manji make the real digestive biscuits. Real crunchy, real tasty, and the real source of high fiber. Manji digestive biscuits, the real thing.
Jina ni NCBA, and it's been 60 years of supporting businesses. NCBA, go for it.
Ruiru Mabati Factory offers best quality Mabati at the most affordable prices. We pride in our 10 years experience. Our products have 15 years warranty and are KEBS certified. We manufacture box profile, Europe tile, Jenga tile, corrugated S profile, among others, in a wide variety of colors. Enjoy our free delivery in just 72 hours. To order, call us now on 0111 050 700. Ruiru Mabati Factory, mali safi kwa bei poa.
Come over. Wacha nikupikie Chef Ramsey.
Rina vegetable oil stays liquid to the last drop, so it's smooth cooking from start to finish. Now with an easy-to-pour cap, mapishi poa, madishi poa.
Experience the all-new PesaPup app from Family Bank. Enjoy a fresh new look with simplified navigation, access instant loans, save and earn interest, pay your bills, send and receive money locally and abroad, buy airtime and so much more. Download PesaPup app and make your banking convenient, easier and faster. PesaPup ni pesa bila stress. Family Bank, with you for life. Family Bank is regulated by the Central Bank of Kenya.
Thank you for staying with us on NTV tonight. Education Cabinet Secretary Professor George Magoha may be breathing fire at any reluctance towards reopening of schools on January the 4th, 2021. But for some institutions, they've been left with no choice but to shut down and change their focus from education to more lucrative business ventures. In fact, well over 100 private schools may not resume learning once schools reopen in January 2021, forcing parents to start looking for other options. Martin Mora visited an institution that decided to shut its doors to pupils so as to open to business.
Castamil School and Kindergarten in Kasarani along the Thika Superhighway closed its door to learners in July this year. The school, which had 300 pupils, has now been converted to a business center. We find masons and painters busy at work trying to give the place a facelift. What used to be a playground is being converted to a garden. The only clear giveaway that this was a school is some cartoons that are still on one section of the perimeter wall that has not been repainted. The school director, in a letter to parents, said due to COVID-19 and budget constraints, they could not run the school sustainably, hence the very hard decision to close.
Kulingana hali ya hii ugonjwa ilikuja COVID-19, hasa mambo ikakuwa sasa kuko kama shule, yani mambo ya shule iko gumu. Tukaona tubadilishe hii kiwanja, hii shule ikuwe base ya bahari ya biashara.
Come next week when schools reopen, the learners and their guardians will have to look for alternative schools, with the teachers and support staff having been rendered jobless by the closure. The Kenya Private Schools Association describes the situation as a crisis in waiting, as more private schools sink into debts and many more are exiting the education sector.
Juba mnaona hapa kuna zile zimeshachukuliwa za biashara na kuna zile hazijachukuliwa, lakini bado tunangojea wateja. Ukiwa hapo bali na unataka kuweka biashara, unaweza kuja hapa. Kuna shops, gardens na offices.
Much as the Ministry of Education has ordered schools to reopen in 6 days, some have since moved on and opened other businesses that would be sustainable.
Ule watu walikuwa hapa wengi kama mwenye shule wa hapa, kuna marafiki wake wenye mashule mingi aliwasabasa huko kwa mashule ingine, wale kwa marafiki wake hivi.
Statistics from the Ministry of Education shows the number of private primary schools in the country rose from 7,742 in 2014 to 16,594 last year, but that number could be greatly reduced because of the pandemic.
Most private schools have asked parents to transfer their children to other schools as they cannot welcome them back in January 4th, 2021 when learning resumes. Martin Mora, NTV, Kasarani, Nairobi.
Thank you for that report, Martin, and he leads us up to our next break.
Rina vegetable oil stays liquid to the last drop, so it's smooth cooking from start to finish. Now with an easy-to-pour cap, mapishi poa, madishi poa.
Maji mdosi wangu ametupa simu yangu ndani ya maji.
Mdosi wako kwa sawa? Venye Nkirota ameniambia ajui na akimpigia simu ashiki. Hi! Guy!
For the women who deserve more, Moped is now in Kenya and more than 40 countries. With its nylon-free surface, new Moped has unique softness and up to 100% protection. Your skin will love it.
Maritime tips brought to you by the Kenya Maritime Authority. Precautions for boat owners, crew and passengers. Keep distance of 2 meters between each other. Put on your masks. Sanitize your hands. Practice coughing and sneezing etiquette. Disinfect life jackets regularly. Clean and disinfect frequently touched objects and surfaces on board the boats and vessels, such as steering wheel, safety guardrails, and seats. Provide disposable bins with lids on board boats and vessels. Limit passenger capacity to 50%. Do not overload your vessel. Observe government curfew times. Stay home if you have flu-like symptoms. Stay safe. Stop spread of coronavirus.
Never drink and drive. Go to www.drinkiq.com.
Set some time aside to relax and awaken your senses with Nivea Body Oil and Lotion. Available in cherry blossom, vanilla and rose scents. Carve out some me time with Nivea Body Oil and Lotion. Awaken your senses.
For the women who deserve more, Moped is now in Kenya and more than 40 countries. With its nylon-free surface, new Moped has unique softness and up to 100% protection. Your skin will love it.
Thank you for staying with us on NTV tonight. Members of Kiambu-based Kumisa Savings and Credit Cooperative Sacco fear they could lose their savings after details emerged it had run into cash problems. During the stormy AGM held at Kirigiti Stadium, Sacco officials told members that the company was on the brink of collapse due to liquidity problems. Rose Wangoi has those details.
Poor decision-making and bad debts have plunged Kumisa Sacco into a financial mess. During a recent Sacco meeting held in Kiambu County, it emerged that the institution started in 2013 is on the verge of collapsing owing to liquidity challenges. The society is weighed down by high non-performing loans.
Unapata mtu wako na savings ya less than 50,000. Na hiyo mtu wako na almost 1 million in loans. Is that even possible? Kwa chama yote. Na zile loans azilipwi. Kulikuwa tena na issue ya kupatia non-members loans.
After saving for 2 years, the Sacco accumulated over 30 million shillings. The society then went ahead to initiate projects which included poultry and pig farming, which have since collapsed.
Kwa hii mkutano tumesikia ni watu watano walikuwa wamefungua account na walikuwa na benefit na hizo vitu. Na tena wamefungua kampuni nyingine ile hatujui.
In the meeting, the chairman of the supervisory committee revealed to the members that the Sacco had lost all its savings, which ended up in the pockets of the former management. The society at one time had 2,000 members.
Hii Sacco yenu ilikuwa na around 14 bank accounts. 14.
Wale walikuwa wamesimamia kuwa wanatumia akaunti tofauti ndio waweze kuwa wana siphon our money into different accounts.
Undeterred, members elected a new board which they tasked with collecting all unpaid loans and getting the Sacco back on track.
Ofisi ya DCI aweze kuingilia hii maneno, akuje afanye uchunguzi wa kina.
For now, the Sacco's future is bleak, with members neither being refunded nor being granted loans. Rozongoi, NTV.
Sports news coming up next on NTV Tonight.
Imagine doing a mbuzi cookout with friends at an awesomely set barbecue corner as your children enjoy playing in a well-maintained kids park. All these in your dream home at Victory Gardens, Kitengela, with security, a convenient taxi bay, solar-powered streetlights, accessible internal roads, water, and a tree-dotted landscape. Call us now on 0790 300 300 to get your very own property, or visit www.optiven.co.ke.
Optiven Limited, the pacesetters in real estate.
Ngeni, pole, imejaa.
Nini? Tunakujua kwa nini wazee wetu wanapotelea kwako.
Ndio tuko tunataka kujua siri yako.
Siri ndio hiyo. Introducing the new salad oil with a spout for easy use. Comes packed with omega-6 and 9 and vitamin A and D, and at a price that doesn't dent your wallet.
Leo utakula nyumbani.
Salad. Siri ndio hiyo.
Christmas, jaza, kwa sababu there's a whooping 1 million bob to be won. All you have to do ni kupiga shopping worth 1,500 and above. Na uko ndani ya draw. Krisi, ibambe na Quickmart. Quickmart, fresh and easy.
We offer medical, health, hospitality, IT, business, fashion. Admissions are now open.
Spoiled little brat. Yes, I'm spoiled. Oh, hi, sweetheart. Dad, mbona nakuita sweetheart?
Ananipenda sana.
I love you too, baby. Mwangene kama you want to marry her.
I want to. Listen, you are my daughter, not my mother.
Si mimi ni mama yako, cha kunibeba kama mtoto yako mimi. Hebu nikumbushe lini ya mwisho hapo umekuwa mama yangu? Kazi ningemua. Hatumesema nini?
There is no love between your mom and I. Lakini nilipopatana na Reni hapa, my love life has been restored.
Access instant loans, save and earn interest, pay your bills, send and receive money locally and abroad, buy airtime and so much more. Download PesaPap app and make your banking convenient, easier and faster. PesaPap ni pesa bila stress.
To the sports news now, and the Anti-Doping Amendment Bill number 51 of 2020 was unanimously agreed upon during a special Senate sitting seeking to intensify the fight against the vice that has rocked Kenya's international recognition as an international athletics powerhouse. Lokeder Nachiom has more.
Welcome, this is Senate Live.
Almost a week after the government held a special sitting with the intention of making steps to comply with the UNESCO Convention Against Doping in Sports, members of the Senate today put their stamp on the progressive bill.
Honorable Senators, these are the results. Abstention 0, the nays 0, the ayes 28, the ayes have it.
The bill seeks to criminalize doping in sports, a move that will see offenders, including athletes and other sports officials, serve jail terms or face total disbandment from the industry.
We have people we call agents. These are the people who go around the country scouting for young talents, no problem with that. But when you look at the history and record of these athletes, in fact, most of the money they earn goes to these agents. And it's these agents, Mr. Speaker, who hold these children like guinea pigs, using them for self-gain. They are the ones who, when they realize that an athlete is losing their power, start introducing them to enhancement drugs, so that they can continue winning races and sports and generating income for them. These are the people who should be punished.
In addition to the 6 existing anti-doping codes in ADAC, the new bill has introduced the International Standard of Education and Result Management to help assist in the vice's control. The bill will potentially harmonize the Anti-Doping Act of 2016 with that of the 2021 Anti-Doping Code and Regulations, to which Kenya is a party to. The World Anti-Doping Agency had warned Kenya against failing to align its anti-doping laws with the new WADA codes and regulations by December 31st, 2020.
Mr. Speaker, we expressed our disappointment at the hurried nature in which this bill has come. This is an extremely important bill affecting our sports people, and in as much as the process started in February, it was only published in the National Assembly in the beginning of December. So what we committed to do, and that is why you've seen there are no amendments, is that within the next few months we are going to sit down as a committee with all the stakeholders and with a fine-tooth comb go through some of the proposals that we received from various stakeholders with a view of introducing amendments. But for now, we are happy that we'll have conformed to the 2021 World Anti-Doping Code so that our sports people can be able to participate in next year's Olympics and various other sporting activities. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I support.
Several high-profile athletes have fallen into the Athletic Integrity Unit net, with the latest suspension involving 1500-meter Commonwealth Games champion Elijah Manangoi, former marathon world record holder Wilson Kipsang, and 2017 London Marathon champion Daniel Wanjiru, who are among other high-profile names to be handed drug bans. The World Anti-Doping Code is the core document that harmonizes the anti-doping policy regulations and rules within a sporting organization and among public authorities around the world. It works in conjunction with international standards that aim to foster consistency among anti-doping organizations in various areas. Lokeder Natiyom, NTV.
Bungoma Governor Wycliffe Wangamati presided over the pooling of teams participating in the Wangamati Sports Tournament ahead of playoffs that kick off on Wednesday. According to Wangamati, the sports extravaganza is just but a highlight in his overall agenda in sports. While addressing team managers at Kabula Pastoral Center, Wangamati said his government is working on a policy that will allow award of sports scholarships to the most talented students as part of his wider sports development agenda, adding, get this, that his staff shall be recruited based on their exploits on the pitch. He expressed that the event shall be expanded to accommodate more sports, including rugby, basketball and hockey. The now annual event is expected to run up to the 3rd of January.
We have engaged scouts from Nairobi. Wawe hapa kuangalia hizi michezo so that those who can be scouted for wapate nafasi ya kwenda mbele wachezee timu zingine za national team. That if possible, kama tunaona una talanta and we have an opportunity kama county government ya Bungoma, tunaweza kupatia nafasi kuja kufanyia kazi sisi as you continue playing.
There are perhaps many ways to describe 2020, but unprecedented quickly comes to mind. It was a year that saw global sports stop due to the COVID-19 pandemic. But just like the phoenix rising from the ashes, sports people found a way to keep going. They say hindsight is 2020. Let's put on those glasses as we take a look back on the year that saw sports interrupted.
The sun rose on a promising 2020 in Kenyan sport, off the back of a 2019 that had seen both the Kenya women and men's rugby teams become the first national sides to qualify for the Tokyo Olympics. The Malkia Strikers, Kenya's volleyball queens, maintained the beat by qualifying for the Summer Games, beating Nigeria in the African Olympic qualifiers in Cameroon in January to start the year on a high. The national men's basketball team, the Morans, also kept the momentum going, booking their ticket to the FIBA AfroBasket qualifiers after outclassing South Sudan in the Zone 5 pre-qualifiers. Local leagues in various sports continued, albeit inundated with familiar financial problems. Sports stakeholders were looking forward to Kenya hosting several high-profile international events. starting with the magical Kenya Open Golf set for March, followed by the World Athletics Continental Tour Nairobi leg in May, and the World Athletics Under-20 Championships and World Rally Championship Safari Rally, both slated for July 2020. Kenya's flyweight Christine Ongare and featherweight Nick Okoth would keep the Olympics momentum going, becoming the country's only boxers to qualify for the 2020 Games. This was in addition to Faith Ogalo, a third-year university student who in February qualified to represent Kenya in Taekwondo at the Tokyo Games. And with Olympics preparations in tow, Kenya readying itself to host several international competitions and local sports ongoing, everything stopped.
So we have confirmed the first case of the coronavirus in the country,
with the Ministry of Health confirming the first official coronavirus case on 12th March, the Kenyan government, through the Ministry of Sport, ordered the immediate suspension of all sports in the country. The move mirrored actions on the international front, with sports suspended globally. Consequently, the sports calendar was thrown into disarray, as were the country's sports people, who had to look for creative ways to maintain fitness, with group trainings stopped. In March, the International Olympic Committee would then announce the postponement of the 2020 Tokyo Olympics to 2021. It was the first time in peace times that the Olympics had been postponed in their 124-year modern era history. Local competitions followed suit, with the 2019-2020 Kenyan Premier League season dissolved and Record League champions Gor Mahia, who happened to be the league leaders at the time, announced as the KPL champions via the Football Kenya Federation president's Twitter. Seasons in other leagues and various sports were also dissolved, with a ban on both contact and non-contact sports in the country enforced. This ban would continue for another 6 months, with the Ministry of Sport announcing a partial resumption of sports activities in Kenya on 18th September 2020. The beneficiaries would be non-contact sports people, as the ban on contact sports such as football and rugby continued. Athletics immediately came to the fore, the local green light in tandem with global athletics resumption. Nairobi played host to the inaugural edition of the World Athletics Continental Tour Nairobi leg, the Kip Keino Classic, that was broadcast live on NTV. The 2020 Diamond League saw Olympic 1500 meters champion Faith Kipyegon and 5000 meters world champion Hellen Obiri stand out for their performances in races deemed to be outside their specialty, namely the 800 meters, 1000 meters and 3000 meters respectively. October witnessed a rarity in the marathon world, Eliud Kipchoge experiencing his first loss in 7 years after the marathon world record holder finished 8th at the elite-only London Marathon. It was Peres Jepchirchir's year, the 27-year-old coming back from maternity leave to break the women's-only world half-marathon record twice inside of 2 months, most recently at October's World Athletics Half-Marathon Championships in Poland. National cross-country champion Kibiwot Kandie cemented Kenya's dominance in the 21 kilometers, setting a new world record at the Valencia Half Marathon.
Kibiwot Kandie, not just the Valencia Half Marathon Trinidad Alfonso EDP winner, but now the world record holder as well.
The doping scourge continued to soil Kenya's name. Former 1500 meters world champion Elijah Manengoi, the latest high-profile athlete from a list of more than 60 Kenyans currently serving suspensions and bans for doping offences. In the backdrop of the continued ban on contact sports, more happened off the pitch compared to on it. The Kenya Rugby Union parted ways with New Zealander Paul Feeney in June and reappointed Innocent Simiyu as Kenya Sevens head coach. FKF President Nick Mwendwa beat his challengers to retain his seat atop the helm of the National Football Association for another 4 years, following several legalities that had delayed their elections by a year. Barely a day after Mwendwa's re-election, Francis Kimanzi was fired as national football team head coach and Jacob Ghost Mulee reappointed, his 5th stint with the Harambee Stars. Under Ghost's leadership and with a ban on contact sports lifted in November, Kenya drew at home to Comoros before losing away to the island nation in the AFCON qualifiers. Kenya finished 2020 third in their Four Nations AFCON qualifying group with 3 points from 4 games so far. The 2020-21 Kenyan Premier League season started under new management with the league named the FKF Premier League. The federation unveiled a sponsorship with gaming firm BetKing worth 1.2 billion shillings over 5 years. Barely a month after the start of the league season, leading media houses in Kenya suspended coverage of FKF leagues in protest at the federation's refusal and treatment of reporters. In Japan, Kenyan sensation Michael Olunga continued his fine form in the top flight, becoming the first African to win the league MVP and become top scorer. 2020 was a year that witnessed some of the most shocking deaths in the sports world. NBA legend Kobe Bryant passed away in January in a plane crash alongside his daughter and 9 others. Diego Maradona then passed in December after a heart attack. On the local front, 1972 Olympic silver medalist Ben Jipcho was amongst notable personalities who passed on in 2020. 3 international events set to be hosted in Kenya in 2020 were postponed to 2021. With the magical Kenya Open Golf set for March, the WRC Safari Rally slated for June, and the World Athletics Under-20 Championships pushed to August. With COVID-19 and its effects seemingly here to stay for the foreseeable future, it's become more a case of learning to live with the virus as opposed to making plans post-COVID. And with 2021 set to be a packed year in sports, focus will be on how stakeholders navigate the tide coming after a 2020 that saw sport interrupted. And that report by Ida Waringa on the sports year 2020 in review concludes NTV tonight. It's a good night for myself and Flora Atieno. In case we weren't properly introduced at the beginning, my name is Olive Barrows. Have yourself a good night.
This is NTV.
How many ways can you enjoy your Jameson? Well, with a taste so smooth, every pour is perfect for chilling, chatting, and connecting, and taking time out to toast life's little pleasures. So grab a glass and make room for others, because good taste doesn't have a time or place. Why? Smooth taste. That's why. Don't drink and drive. Not for sale to persons under the age of 18. Excessive consumption of alcohol is harmful to your health.
This festive season, stand a chance to win at Westgate Shopping Mall. Spend a total of 10,000 shillings or more for an instant prize and a chance to win the grand prize of 500,000 shillings worth of Westgate shopping vouchers and many more amazing prizes, including a home makeover from Hot Point Appliances, a set of luxury watches from the Diamond Watch Company.
Spoiled little brat. Yes, I'm spoiled. Oh, hi, sweetheart. Dad, mbona nakuita sweetheart?
Ananipenda sana.
I love you too, baby. Mwangene kama you want to marry her.
I want to. Listen, you are my daughter, not my mother.
Si mimi ni mama yako, cha kunibeba kama mtoto yako mimi. Hebu nikumbushe lini ya mwisho hapo umekuwa mama yangu? Kazi ningemua. Hatumesema nini?
There is no love between your mom and I. Lakini nilipopatana na Reni hapa, my love life has been restored.
Access instant loans, save and earn interest, pay your bills, send and receive money locally and abroad, buy airtime and so much more. Download Pesapap app and make your banking convenient, easier and faster. Pesapap ni pesa bila stress.
It's great here in paradise. Not too much going on though. What have we here? An Eve. Hello there, little bird of paradise.
A real gentleman wouldn't whistle at naked ladies. Who are you, anyway?
Adam's the name. Might I seduce you with a Red Bull?
Red Bull? Aren't you supposed to use a serpent for that?
Not necessarily. Red Bull is the energy drink that gives you wings.
Okay, I'm easily tempted, but surely we can't fly out of paradise.
Come on, I'll show you paradise.
Ooh.
This is NTV.
Construction of the Nairobi Expressway has continued to gather commendable pace, and already things are looking up for Nairobians who have for years continued to get caught up in daunting traffic startups when they try to drift across to each side of the city along the busy Mombasa Road and Uhuru Highway up to Wayaki Way